Welcome to the Ada County February market update. We made it. There's been more lawsuits since the last time we talked. Last month, we talked about that the president of NAR had stepped down last summer, and then the CEO had stepped down in November, and then the president that replaced that stepped down also. So there's been 24 lawsuits filed now across the states, and we're going to talk about the future of real estate, what these lawsuits mean, the most likely outcome, and then we're going to look at the median sold price here in Ada County, the house that you can get that just sold for that price, and then what the payment would be. So the Biden administration has stepped into that lawsuit now with the Department of Justice and said that they are going to, well, the realtors lost for $1.78 billion and they don't have that much money to spend, so they're going to have to settle, and that settlement likely is going to be separating the buyer agent commission from the listing agent commission, that would be negotiated as part of the transaction. So we're going to look at some offers and how that will look moving forward. In New York, they've already made it illegal for the listing agent to share the commission with the buyer's agent, so that's already happened in that state, and that is the most likely scenario that the Department of Justice is going to push for at a nationwide. And then since the January market update, there's been a lawsuit in Utah similar to the ones in the other states. And then as I was getting ready for this talk last week, I saw this come by on Facebook, and this is an ad from lawyers trying to build a class action lawsuit here in Idaho against Silver Creek Real Estate Brokerage. That's the biggest brokerage here in Idaho. There's 1,800 members in that, so it would be the largest one to go after, even larger than Keller Williams and Remax. So this is our local brokerage, and what these lawyers are doing is they're mailing postcards to homeowners that bought homes and saying that they were overcharged. It's basically a copycat lawsuit, and that's what's happening across all these states. So they just keep coming now that they've made a little money, and mostly the lawyers are getting rich, not the homeowners. The sellers are getting like $20 out of the deal, while the lawyers are getting thousands, but the Department of Justice is involved. This is new for this market update. I have this tool that shows how many homes each real estate agent has sold, and right here you can see that 1,359 agents have sold one house last year, and then 905 is the next one down, sold two houses. So if you go to six houses here, 70% of agents don't sell six houses. They sell six houses or less. That's one every 2 months, and then zero is not on here. We have 8,000 members that are part of our Intermountain MLS, and 2,500 did not sell any houses, so that would be the largest number if zero was on here, but you had to have sold a house to be ranked on this. So with that settlement, you're no longer able to offer the buyer side commission. I've changed what I do, and I don't charge that up front. That's not part of the listing fee. There is a listing fee that I charge for my company, but it's not charging the seller. So I've actually updated my website that you could just drag this slider right here, and it multiplies by 3% really quickly. So it can show you how much you can save, that you're not going to be charged that buyer's agent fee any longer when you sell a house, so it's basically half off. But the buyer's agent could ask for a fee as part of the transaction. If they sent you an offer, they could say, well, I want to get paid my fee too. So here's a likely scenario where that could happen. So if you had three offers, offer number one for $500,000, and they've got an agent that's going to help them, and the agent wants $15,000, so that would net you $485 from this offer. And the 3% was baked in there before, but now you can see it, and it's more out in the open and transparent for everyone. And then offer number two would be $496. Now this would be from someone that wants the house that just came right to the house without an agent, so there's no agent fee. So the seller would net $496, whereas the offer above is a little bit higher, but that would net them $485. So they actually, if you put a house on the market and you have some buyers come and make you an offer where they don't have an agent, their offer may net you more, even if you might have a little higher offer, but the buyer's agent wants, say, a $15,000 commission with that. So here's offer number 3, which is $489,000. You can see even that one would be a little higher than that $500,000 offer. And the future, how it's going, what's happened in the car business is a lot of people didn't want to go talk to a car salesperson. So this company, Carvana, has come up where you can do all your research online and buy the car you want. And here's the car being delivered to the house and the kids are running out. So they did this all online without having to actually deal with a salesman. So there's another example with Uber Eats. You could buy these hamburgers at Burger King for, say, $7 now, or you could have Uber Eats deliver them to your house for $12. Now it does cost more to have Uber Eats deliver it, but it's convenience. And that's kind of what's happening with the real estate industry. Here's Realtor.com, which the National Association of Realtors sold about 15 years ago, so it's not actually operated by them any longer, but they'll give you cash offers. Here's OfferPad, they'll give you a cash offer, multiple cash offers. Here's Opendoor, they'll give you multiple cash offers. So about 20% of sellers are deciding to sell this way because there's certainty, convenience, and they may not get as much money, but they don't have to deal with all the hassle. And here's what Opendoor is saying, why you would want to do that rather than go the traditional way. And they would claim that the traditional way cost a lot more, but they got fined $62 million because they were offering people a lot less and saying that it was a fair deal, but these people weren't represented by an agent, so they didn't know, and they accepted the offers, and they got way less than they would have if they would have sold on the open market. So I'm actually following this model, and on my website now you can actually enter your address and get multiple cash offers in 48 hours with some investors that I can send the address over and then help determine if those offers are fair. Last month we only went down 1%. We went down $5,000 from the previous month, from $495 down to $490, so very slow movement. Interest rates up 20%. Here's the average house that sold for $490,000. This one sold February 26th. So you can see here what that house looks like, and that's the median price. And then the monthly payment with 3.5% down on this house will be $4,355 at current interest rates. That's 6.88. And then you could rent that same house. Here's the Zillow rent estimates for about $2,200, so about half the price. With all of this, do you think it's a good time to buy or sell? It's always a good time to sell. My name is Jeff Jones. Thank you for watching, and start packing. Thanks.